Confidence is not a gift granted to a fortunate few. It is a state of mind cultivated by deliberate habit. It begins with the thoughts we think and the words we speak to ourselves when no one else is listening. Every person has the power to develop unwavering self-confidence, and the gateway to this power is through positive self-talk. Thoughts are things. They possess energy, they are magnetic, and they are creative. When you repeatedly affirm your ability, your strength, and your worth, your subconscious mind accepts those declarations as truth. With time and repetition, those inner affirmations manifest as outer results. Say to yourself daily, I am capable, I am strong, I am calm, composed, and confident. These words, when charged with emotion and backed by belief, become the foundation of a self-assured character. Self-talk must be intentional. Left unchecked, the mind tends to drift toward doubt, fear, and limitation. But you were not born to doubt, you were born to triumph. Replace every negative thought with its positive counterpart. When your mind says, I can't, respond firmly, I can and I will. When it whispers fear, shout back with faith. Through repetition, your internal dialogue becomes your ally, not your enemy. Every successful man or woman began with a belief in themselves. Not arrogance, not vanity, but a quiet certainty born from repeated positive suggestion. You must become the guardian of your mind. You must decide what thoughts may enter and which must be expelled. Just as you would never permit a thief into your home, do not allow thoughts of inadequacy to steal your peace. Every achievement begins in the quiet chambers of the mind. The thoughts you permit to dwell there are the architects of your destiny. You cannot plant the seed of failure and expect to reap the fruit of success. Thoughts are magnetic. They draw to you that which is in harmony with their nature. Think defeat, and circumstances will rise to confirm it. Think victory, and the world will yield to your determination. The man who understands the power of thought has discovered the greatest tool ever placed in human hands. He knows that every word spoken, every idea held, and every belief nurtured sends a signal to the infinite intelligence that governs the universe. Thought is the beginning of action. It is the blueprint from which reality is constructed. No man rises above the quality of the thoughts he consistently holds in his mind. You must be vigilant in this matter. Allow no idle or negative thought to take root and grow into the weeds of self-doubt. Be deliberate. Be disciplined. Direct your mind as a master commands his servant, for that is exactly what it is. A tool given to you, not to rule you, but to be ruled. When you hold a thought with intensity and repetition, it impresses itself upon your subconscious mind, which then influences your actions, your words, your posture, and ultimately, your results. This is not mysticism, it is law. Just as the law of gravity does not care whether you understand it or believe in it, so too does the law of thought operate with unfailing precision. If you fill your mind with ideas of strength, courage, prosperity, and joy, your world will begin to mirror those thoughts. If, however, you allow fear, envy, and limitation to dominate your inner dialogue, you will find those very conditions appearing in your life. Train your mind to dwell on the highest and best. Visualize the life you desire in vivid detail. Feel the joy of its attainment as though it were already yours. Speak only that which uplifts, that which affirms the good. In time, you will discover that your outer world has transformed to match the inner image you have held steadfastly. And when that day arrives, you will know that it was your thoughts, silent, unseen, but mighty, that shaped your reality. That shaped your reality. The mind, like a fertile garden, will grow whatever is planted within it. If left unattended, it will produce weeds, thoughts of fear, doubt, and inferiority. But if cultivated with care and purpose, it will yield a harvest of courage, clarity, and confidence. The tool with which we sow the seeds of our future is self-talk, and this tool must be wielded with conscious intent. You cannot afford to speak carelessly to yourself. Every word, whether whispered or silently thought, is a command issued to your subconscious, and your subconscious obeys faithfully, without question, and with relentless consistency. When you speak to yourself with faith, conviction, and purpose, you create a mental atmosphere in which success becomes inevitable. But when you entertain words of discouragement or self-pity, You hand over your power to forces that will sabotage your dream. The man who speaks intentionally to himself is the man who masters his fate. He does not wait for confidence to appear. He builds it, brick by brick, word by word. He does not permit circumstance to dictate his mood or mindset. Instead, he uses affirmations as a carpenter uses tools. Precisely, consistently, and with a clear plan in mind. Begin each day with purpose. Stand before your reflection and declare your strength, your worth, your vision. Say it aloud with emotion. I am focused. I am powerful. I am moving forward with faith. Let these words ring in your own ears until they are etched into your soul. And when challenges arise, as they always do, return at once to your intentional self-talk. Remind yourself of who you are and what you are becoming. In time, this practice will become a habit, and the habit will become character. You must never speak defeat, even in jest. The subconscious does not recognize humor. It only registers repetition and emotion. Speak only what you intend to experience. What you say repeatedly, you begin to believe. What you believe, you begin to act upon. And what you act upon shapes your destiny. Self-talk, when used with deliberate purpose, is not merely a motivational device. It is a tool of transformation. Through it, you rewrite your identity, elevate your thoughts, and direct your life with power. Speak with intention, and your life will follow suit. Belief is not a gift, it is a creation. It is formed, shaped, and reinforced by the words you speak to yourself and the thoughts you allow to dominate your mind. No man is born with unshakable confidence. He builds it. And the mortar with which he builds it is repetition, affirmations spoken with feeling and conviction, day after day, until belief becomes reality. The subconscious mind accepts whatever is repeated with emotion, whether it is truth or falsehood. If you affirm your weakness, your lack, or your fear, your subconscious accepts it and produces results to match. But if you affirm your strength, your abundance, your courage, it equally believes and responds accordingly. You become what you say to yourself, especially when you say it with passion and consistency. Let this truth grip your mind. Every affirmation you utter is a command to the unseen forces that shape your character, influence your behavior, and mold your results. When you say, I am confident, I am worthy, I am destined for success, you are not lying to yourself. You are reprogramming the mind, replacing the old blueprint of limitation with a new design built for greatness. It is not enough to say the words once. Repetition is the key. You must persist, even when you feel doubt, even when the old beliefs try to rise again. The mind clings to the familiar, but you are building something new. You are teaching your mind to believe in possibility, in power, in purpose. Write your affirmations. Speak them aloud with conviction. Feel them in your body and spirit. Visualize them becoming real. Let no day pass without reminding yourself of the man or woman you are becoming. The more you affirm a truth, the more natural it becomes, until it operates without effort. There will come a day when the words you once struggled to believe are no longer needed, for they will have become part of you. Your actions will reflect the belief you now hold. Your results will echo the words you once declared in silence. That is the power of affirmation. It rewires belief, rebuilds identity, and reconstructs destiny. Speak as though you already are the person you intend to become, and belief will follow, bringing with it every result your heart desires. Confidence is not something bestowed upon you by the approval of others. It does not come from applause, titles, or worldly possessions. Confidence, true and enduring, is born from within. It is the quiet, unshakable belief that you are capable, worthy, and destined for achievement, regardless of what the world says or does. The man who waits for someone to validate his worth will forever be in bondage to the opinions of others. But the man who builds his confidence from within becomes master of his fate. He understands that the foundation of self-assurance is laid in thought, belief, and deliberate self-talk. He does not look outward for permission to succeed. He looks inward and claims that permission from his own soul. The world often tests those on the edge of breakthrough. It will present delays, rejection, even ridicule. But these trials are not here to destroy you. They are here to refine you. Confidence built through hardship is the strongest kind. It is not fragile. It is forged. Trust in yourself. Trust in the quiet voice within that says, you are meant for more. Do not let that voice be drowned by the noise of the world. Cultivate it. Feed it daily with thought, affirmation, and action. And one day, you will find that you no longer seek confidence. It flows from you naturally. For it will have become not something you try to possess, but something you are. Greatness is never an accident. It is the result of small, deliberate acts repeated with purpose. Confidence, like success, is not achieved in a day. It is built daily, brick by brick, through ritual and repetition. The man who seeks to master his destiny must first master his habits, for they shape not only his actions, but the beliefs he holds about himself. Your day must begin with intention. From the moment you rise, you are either reinforcing strength or feeding weakness. Write your thoughts. You are either reinforcing strength or feeding weakness. Begin with silence, with thought, with affirmation. Speak aloud the truths you want to become reality. I am calm. I am capable. I am focused. I am advancing toward my definite purpose. These are not empty words. They are commands to your subconscious. And with every repetition, they take root deeper within your being. Write your affirmations. Review your goals. Envision the man or woman you are becoming. These rituals may seem small, but they are mighty. They place your mind in alignment with your desires. They awaken the dormant power within you, and they prepare you to meet each challenge with courage instead of fear. But it is not enough to begin your day with power. You must end it the same way. Review your progress before sleep. Reflect upon your victories, no matter how small. Celebrate each forward step. Forgive yourself for any misstep and recommit to your path. Speak once more your affirmations before closing your eyes, for the thoughts you carry into sleep are the ones your subconscious mind will work upon during the night. Discipline in your daily rituals creates discipline in your character. Confidence is not built in rare bursts of inspiration. It is constructed in the quiet hours, in the moments when no one is watching. And as you continue these habits day after day, the cumulative effect becomes evident. You will speak with more certainty, move with more purpose, and face life's tests with a steady mind and unshakable belief. Let no day pass without feeding your confidence. Let no morning begin without power, no evening end without reflection. Reflection. Through these rituals, you are writing the story of your future in advance. And when that future arrives, it will be no surprise, for you will have seen it clearly, declared it boldly, and built it faithfully every single day. Write down your affirmations. Speak them aloud. Look yourself in the mirror and declare who you are becoming. Do this each morning and again before you sleep. Fill your mind with images of victory, not defeat. Picture yourself succeeding, not struggling. Feel the emotion of achievement before it arrives. Confidence built on positive self-talk is indestructible because it does not rely on outside approval. It is born from within, nurtured by thought and confirmed by action. As you speak to yourself with greater conviction, you will walk taller, think clearer, and act bolder. And soon, the world will reflect back what you have already decided in your own mind, that you are confident, capable, and destined to win. Thank you.